That includes Northeast ISD. And while kids may be excited, some parents have concerns what the district says about its safety policies for the new school year.
A new exhibit using found items to depict an immigrant's journey, what the artist hopes to accomplish with these displays, and where you can see them in person still ahead.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
Loud explosions, low-flying helicopters, the unusual sights and sounds greeting some people downtown this afternoon. It's all part of a controlled U.S. Army military training exercise. That training started on Monday night, and while it usually does take place at night, today they kick things off a bit early. The San Antonio Police Department says this is critical training for the U.S. military, and it consists of air and ground mobility operations and close-quarter combat training. In a realistic environment, we might add. The training does not involve direct contact with neighbors in the downtown area, but some locals have said that these simulations happened close to their homes. And the exercise is set to continue each evening this week through Friday. A murder trial beginning today for a man accused of killing a woman back in 2020. We do warn you, though, some of the details of this case are graphic. Rafael Castillo was charged with the murder of Nicole Perry. Castillo is accused of killing Perry by hitting her with an axe and then cutting off her hands with a machete. According to an arrest affidavit, Castillo killed Perry in front of her fiance and other witnesses, who he then forced to clean up and dump her body. Perry's remains were found by a Public Works Department crew near the 9200 block of South W.W. White Road. If he's found guilty, Castillo is facing up to life in prison. Let's get you outside with live cam right now because some changes are on the way and we may actually get some rain today.
Possible. You wouldn't know it, though, if you're looking at live cam.
Well, no, there's no clouds out there.
Yeah, blue skies.
Yeah.
But I do think things change later this evening, and then as we go into the next couple of days, we're going to have some rain chances, which is fantastic news. Let's first start with the radar and satellite and show you kind of the big picture here. You'll notice some rain up across parts of North Texas, and then as you go north and east, rain across parts of northern Louisiana and far northeast Texas. This is what we're watching. This energy here will be diving south and west towards South Texas in the coming days, and that's why our rain chances go up. In the meantime, it's still going to be a hot day. We still got to be careful this afternoon because I think temperatures get up close to 100. Heat indices will be up around 105 in some cases. 90 right now, 92 in New Braunfels. It is already 95 in Cotulla, guaranteed triple-digit day there. 93 Stinson, 91 at Randolph, 92 in New Braunfels. Here's our KSAT 12-hour forecast. We go 99 at 3 o'clock, 100 by 4 p.m. We start to add in some very small rain chances around dinner time, but I think our better shot actually comes during the evening hours. 30% chance at 8 o'clock. Then after sunset, we still could see some showers and storms even through midnight with temperatures in the 80s. So here are the weather headlines. Yes, there are rain chances and more to come. Chances continue through Saturday. How much rain? Well, it'll be spotty. Some people could see up to an inch. Others may not see any at all. That's kind of the nature of this summer activity. And temperatures, well, will be cooler too. Clouds will help keep temperatures down next couple days. We'll give you all the details on that forecast coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
We are loving it. Thank you. 2 incidents have San Antonio police scratching their heads. They found 2 people injured in 2 different parts of town. One man on the west side had been shot. Another on the southeast side had suffered a stab wound. As Katrina Weber reports, although they are 2 separate cases, they seem to have some things in common.
The question started early for San Antonio police. At just before 2:30 this morning, they were called to the 800 block of West Theo for a man who had been shot. Officers found the 28-year-old near the edge of a driveway of a home, beaten up and with a gunshot wound in his leg. They say they also found him unwilling to cooperate and tell them anything about the person who shot him or why. He was taken to a hospital. Officers, meanwhile, held on to 2 people who they called witnesses, hoping for some answers, but they later let them go and did not make any arrests. Afterward, we talked to one of the people who police had questioned. He told us he simply called for help after finding the victim outside his home bleeding. He says he didn't know the man or exactly where the shooting happened. Police also had some questions when it came to a 30-year-old who they found a few hours later outside a convenience store on the southeast side. They say he told them his boyfriend had chased him, then stabbed him on his arm. But he told officers it happened at a different location. He then made his way to the store near the corner of Dollarhide and Pecan Valley shortly before 5 a.m. to get help. An ambulance also took him to a hospital. At last check, police had not taken anyone into custody in this case either. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Right now on KSAT.com, the latest crime stories, Texas crime stories episode is out. This week, this podcast dives into the case of a San Antonio businessman who ended up arrested back in 2010. Mike Yucknitz, who was known for his eyewear commercials, but later on was known for being accused of trying to hire someone to kill his wife. You can listen to the downfall of Mike Yucknitz. It's now on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. And you can also find South Texas crime stories on our website, KSAT.com.
More students in our area started their new school year today, and it includes kids in Northeast Independent School District. This noon, school officials are addressing parents' concerns when it comes to school safety. Jonathan Cotto sat down with Northeast ISD's police chief, Wally McCampbell, to learn more on the district's approach to security this school year.
We look at safety every day. You know, we look at what we're already doing to see if it's working, and if we need to make any changes. Number two is what are we doing that is working, but maybe we can enhance it.
Safety has always been of the utmost importance for all Northeast ISD campuses, says Police Chief McCampbell. In fact, he says measures have been improved and heightened in the last 5 years due to a bond given to the district specifically for safety and security.
And in that bond, what we did was we added secured entry vestibules, some of our schools. We outfitted every single school with a video buzz-in system, so that way anybody who's coming up to our schools to visit has to be recognized and buzzed in before they even get into the interior of our campuses.
The district also installing perimeter fencing around entire campuses to better secure the inner area of schools.
You know, even though we put in the buzz-in system, a lot of our campuses are open. They're huge. Obviously, the high school especially. Well, you had parking lots in the back of the campus, you had parking lots in the front, on the side, but anybody that parked there could just kind of freely walk onto the campus to get to the check-in area.
Northeast ISD police recommend always keeping your head on a swivel. That is on your way to school, at school, and even after school, and add, if you see something, say something.
You know, so I need the community, I need the teachers, I need the students to be able to provide viable information. If they see something that maybe should be a concern or overhear some conversation, they need to tell an adult or law enforcement to let us know so we can start looking at that, because safety is everybody's responsibility.
Additionally, McCampbell says officers will have the tools necessary to immediately breach any door at any time for any emergency situation.
That means, what do I have in my hand available to me right now to be able to defeat that door, to get in there, to provide whatever type of assistance that is.
Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
And some of you parents, listen up, because dozens of your elementary school students are going to be able to get free school supplies through a nonprofit donation. The Box of Dreams program having distribution events this week at several school districts, including Harlandale, Edgewood, South San, and SAISD. 27,000 items are being given out, like pencils, notebooks, folders, tissues, and more. For a list of schools and distribution information, head over to our website, KSAT.com.
Two artists want to show how important the immigrant and indigenous experience is in our area, and they are doing so by using paintings and fabric.
Tiffany Huerta spoke to one of those artists whose work focuses on the Texas-Mexico border and her inspiration behind her pieces.
Awareness, humanity, resilience, respect, and recognition.
Those are some of the words artist Leila Hernandez uses to describe her exhibit. Her work inspired by the journey of immigrants.
The first collection is called Los Tapices, or the tapestries, and they show different views of the border wall, and how it has affected the population on both sides.
The exhibit is on display at the Centro de Artes Gallery in Market Square.
The entire exhibition is of repurposed material that has been found in thrift store and in the ropas, where they're sold by the pound, like the dress that I have.
Another collection represents the different jobs some immigrants have.
And for me, this is a salute for their, sweat and tears, and recognizing the resilience and the strength of these people.
On display, you will find different items that were collected along the border, from backpacks, clothing, and toiletries.
Leila hopes her exhibit opens doors to discussions on immigration and border issues.
Think about what is happening, because many times we go immigration, immigrants, and it's like losing a face, losing humanity. So by looking at the faces of the children, it brings you back to, yes, these are human beings.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
The exhibits are free to the public at the Centro de Artes Gallery in 101 Santa Rosa in Market Square. It is open Wednesday through Friday from 10:30 in the morning till 5 in the evening.
And Saturday and Sunday, it's open from noon to 5. Exhibits on view through December 30th, so you have a lot of time to get there.
And during this time of inflation, the Houston Texans are actually trying to help out, lowering prices at the concession stand. Larry Maher with the details coming up in sports.
But inflation could be hitting its peak, which means we could see price drops. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? Why some financial experts are hopeful. Now to the U.S. economy and a new inflation report. It is out today, and it's sort of good news.
It shows in July compared to a year ago. ABC's Rena Roy reports while that's still high, it is better than experts expected.
A potential sign of hope in today's inflation report, showing prices are 8.5% higher compared to a year ago, which is high but better than expected.
We're seeing a stronger labor market where jobs are booming and Americans are working, and we're seeing some signs that inflation may be beginning to moderate.
Wall Street was looking for 8.7%. And remember, we were at 9.1% the prior month. So definitely some welcome news.
Americans are still feeling the pain, with food prices still up more than 1% last month. Rent was up less than 1%. But there is some relief at the pump. Gas prices down 7.7%. Gas around $4 a gallon nationwide after dropping for 57 consecutive days thanks to lower demand and falling oil prices.
I do believe, for now at least, that the national average will continue to decline. Will probably go down another 10, maybe 25 cents a gallon over the next couple of weeks.
Airfares also dropping. Round-trip domestic flights for September and October are now expected to drop nearly 40%.
Usually you see a drop-off in September in the fall travel season, what we call shoulder season, when leisure travel slows down, so people stop traveling so much. We have seen that trend this year magnified.
Shoppers may also see some retail items like clothing become a bit cheaper. Some experts believe this report could be a sign inflation is peaking.
So when we look at the inflation picture, we do believe it's in the process of peaking. We do think it'll flatten out, and then we expect it to decline from here. We're encouraged by what we're seeing.
Only time will tell if today's inflation report is the start of a trend. If inflation remains this high, the Federal Reserve will likely continue raising interest rates. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Looking outside with live cam, not a cloud in the sky, but today we love our meteorologist. He's got golden words for us.
Just today?
Worth a fortune.
Every day.
We like him most days, love him some days, and today we absolutely adore him.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Look, we're all excited. There is some rain in the forecast, and it is a sight for sore eyes. The aquifer is down 0.2 of a foot to 630.7. It's still going down. Molds are low at 360. What changes here, though? Will we see some rain, some showers and storms possible as early as this evening? We time it out for you. Coming up.
All right, so here's the situation. I had a rain gauge, but the ground is so hard and so dry, the little spike thing that you stick it in the ground with broke. Well, my rain gauge is gone, but I got another one. So now should I put it in the ground is the big question. Should I go ahead and stick it out there?
I think it's time.
You think so? All right.
Yeah, put it out there. Maybe that's the mojo we need.
That's what's been missing.
Exactly. Listen, rain chances are going to be there, as I said, next few days, and that gives us some excitement. But before we get there, we do have to talk about the heat today. It's no joke. We're already up to 90. The feels like number is 92. So the heat index, if you're putting it on a scale, it's kind of in the very high category. And by this afternoon, we're talking heat indices up around 105. That's before we get some of those clouds a little bit later this evening. And temperatures are already racing upwards in places like Kerrville, where it's 91. It's 91 in Uvalde, 93 in Gonzales, 95 down there in Cotulla, the warm spot at the moment. And Bexar County, all of Bexar County now in the 90s. Bernie stays just outside of that number at 88. But the feels like number, well, we're jumping up into the 90s as we showed you. It feels like 90s around 99 by 3 o'clock. And then we'll get a 10% chance of rain, I'd say, through about dinner time. Then we start to bring the rain chances up a little bit. 20% at 7 o'clock, 30% chance at 8 p.m. So if you have evening plans, I don't think it'll be a big deal, but you want to watch the radar, especially as we get into tonight. 87 at 10 o'clock, 30% chance of rain, and 84 at 11 p.m. with a 30% chance of rain. And we'll be watching what goes on to our north. That's going to be what's important here. The satellite picture radar shows that we've got nothing out there really right now. Some clouds trying to build in, but mostly sunny skies at the moment. And as we zoom out, here's what we're watching. You see a kind of a line of showers and storms there. Some of those outflows will push south a little bit later this evening, and that may be enough to generate some showers and storms. And we've got a little disturbance out here over parts of Arkansas and Louisiana, and that's what we're really watching. Our ridge high pressure has been kind of shoved off to the north, and there's that disturbance I was talking about. And with the flow the way it is, comes right into South Texas, and it's going to stick around for a couple days, and that's why we're hopeful for those rain chances. So let's walk you through the computer models here. And as we get towards 5 o'clock, it's just a shower or two, but you see we've got a little bit of activity building up across the hill country. By 9 o'clock, some of that starts shifting south. We get some showers and a few thunderstorms, 30% chance of rain at 9 o'clock. And then by even midnight and 2 a.m., this is showing some rain around the area. We're not expecting severe weather, but there could be some gusty winds with some of this activity and some pockets of heavy rain. By the time we get into tomorrow, we start off fairly quiet, cloudy, and then by the afternoon, we start to put in a 40% chance of rain. And this blossoms as we get into the afternoon, and there you see some of those potential pockets of heavy rain. Don't pay too close attention to where this model is putting that heavy rain. It could be anywhere. Again, it's kind of the nature of this activity. It pops up, goes away, and builds in some other spot. But I think some lucky folks could see up to half an inch, maybe an inch of rain. Some may not get any at all, but we hope that everybody at least gets some here over the next few days. 40% chance of rain Thursday, 40% chance Friday, 40% chance Saturday, even Sunday. I think we may have a lingering shower or two, but it's really Thursday, Friday, Saturday that we'll be watching. That also brings temperatures down. 96 on Thursday and Friday, 95 Saturday. Does warm back up after all of this ends with 99 on Monday and 100 on Tuesday. But very encouraging to see this in the 7-day forecast, guys.
Now do you guys see why we adore him today? Look at that. Beautiful.
Very much.
Can I say this, though, before you come to me in sports? I washed my car yesterday.
Oh, see, there you go. Another omen. Another omen.
There it is.
So I hope it rains, actually.
The rain gauge and
That'd
washing
be nice.
your car.
Yes, I can wash it again.
So then you get the credit.
I get the credit. Maybe just a tiny bit. So you know who wants some credit this year for the Dallas Cowboys? Brett Maher. You remember him? He used to kick for the Cowboys? Yeah. He's back.
He's back.
And he's looking to make the cut. Coming up, we'll have more on that. Plus, a big leaguer dropped his cell phone last night during the middle of a ball game. Coming up.
It's awesome to have another opportunity. Jobs are hard to come by in this league, and there's a lot of learning lessons along the way. I'm happy to be back here with a chance to compete and earn a job here again.
And Brett Maher is back with the Dallas Cowboys and Big Board Sports.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Dallas Cowboys made a change at kicker after a terrible 2 weeks in camp with that position. Rookie Jonathan Garibay out of Texas Tech was waived, and they signed former Cowboys kicker Brett Maher, who reported to camp yesterday. Maher kicked for the boys from 2018 to 2019 before he was cut that December after he went 1 for 4 in a 2-game stretch. After kicking for the Saints last year, making 16 of 18, Brett will now compete with Lirim Hairu Lahu.
It's better to be on the caravan than not. So we're all out here trying to find a job. This is how we, earn a living and provide for our family. So this is an opportunity for me to do that, and I'm excited about it.
The Houston Texans will open preseason play at home with the New Orleans Saints Saturday, and fans in attendance at NRG Stadium will save some money at the concession stands because the Texans have lowered prices on some items in what the team is calling fan-first deals. So here's 3 of those reduced items. A hot dog will now cost $3.75, down from $5.49. Last season, a 20-ounce cup of soda went from $4.79 down to $3.75 as well, and a 16-ounce domestic bottled beer will now set you back $7.95 compared to $8.69. One of the teams involved in the KSAT Pigskin Classic presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers will be the Johnson Jaguars, and they'll face the Judson Rockets in the middle game of our awesome triple header on August 27th in the Alamo Dome starting at 3:30 p.m. This will be an interesting matchup when you consider the Jaguars will be led by new head coach T.P. Miller, who was promoted during this offseason from his coordinator job after head coach Mark Soto left Johnson to become head coach at Judson, where he not only played but was an assistant coach. For that reason, this is one of our marquee matchups.
We had some changes, and we got a whole lot of different position coaches, and I'm excited because it's a whole new team pretty much, and I like it. I'm excited to see what we can do this year.
I think the new coaches we took to them. They really adapted to this new environment. I think it's going to be an interesting season for us.
Obviously, we're going to take some pieces that we used in the past, but also we're going to bring in some new to fit our puzzle pieces here at Johnson.
In the bigs, Pittsburgh Pirates second baseman Rodolfo Castro might be in trouble with Major League Baseball. Last night, his cell phone fell out of his back pocket during a head-first slide into third base. Pirates third coach Mike Rabello looked stunned. He didn't want to take the phone, but he eventually did. Now, Castro, who was called up yesterday from AAA, said it was an accident and unintentional. He just forgot it was back there. He got in the game, got so excited, forgot about it.
So you wonder what they're doing in the AAA. He can carry his phone around.
Right.
And the price of a hot dog went down $1.50?
Yeah. So get yourself some hot dogs, Sears.
Yeah.
He's going to head over to a game now.
You can get 2 for a good deal.
More people are booking flights. However, delays and cancellations are also on the rise. Why issues are still plaguing some airlines. Despite some Republicans withdrawing their support, President Joe Biden signed the Pact Act today. The act is touted as a way to enhance health care and disability benefits for millions of veterans who were exposed to toxic burn pits while they were serving in Iraq and Afghanistan. The bill won final approval in the Senate last week, ending a brief stalemate that had infuriated advocates and inspired some to go ahead and camp outside the Capitol. Hundreds of thousands of Vietnam War era veterans and survivors stand to benefit from this legislation. Now to the monkeypox emergency. The FDA now responding to a vaccine shortage. The agency has now authorized a change in how it's given.
And that should significantly increase the available doses. ABC's Steve Osunsami explains.
The U.S. government is trying to stretch 1 dose of the monkeypox vaccine into 5 separate adult doses by changing the way the shot is put into arms. Instead of pushing the vaccine into deeper tissue, the new injections will use a thinner needle that puts the drug right under the surface of the skin. It'll look very similar to common skin tests for allergies. Health officials say that this will also give them enough vaccine supply to start vaccinating at-risk children who are under 18 years old. But the children would get the regular shot with a regular-sized dose.
It safely accelerates and multiplies our supply of effective vaccines by up to 5-fold.
Health officials point to a study that shows that the smaller shot is still safe and effective.
Those who are at high risk should be assured
that now there are more doses.
There are now nearly 9,500 reported cases of monkeypox here in the U.S. While most of the cases so far have been men who have sex with men, health officials expect the disease to spread through other groups. People who've gotten sick tell stories of terrible pain.
Wouldn't wish this on anybody.
The lesions that were on my hands, they really, really hurt.
More shipments of the vaccine are expected next month that would cover about 375,000 Americans, but the government says there is still a need for plenty more. Steve Osentami, ABC News, Atlanta.
A new study finds it can be a struggle for those suffering with hepatitis C to receive treatment in a timely manner. Researchers at the CDC looked at about 48,000 patients who tested positive for the potential life-threatening disease from 2019 to late 2020. The research found while treatment is highly effective and often curative, about a third of privately insured patients receive it within a year of diagnosis. The percentage dropped even further for patients on Medicare or Medicaid. Hepatitis C spreads through contact with infected blood, and it can increase a person's risk of liver disease, cancer, and death if left untreated.
Air travel may be picking up, but it seems companies are letting people down when it comes to getting to the destination on time. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says that recent severe weather has had an impact, but it's not the biggest reason behind the travel headaches.
The biggest element of it is the human factor, not having enough crew, especially pilots, to do the job. And airlines, of course, have an obligation to service the tickets that they sell. What we're seeing is that the hiring has come back in most areas, but they're still short on pilots.
Just today, there have been more than 1,500 flight cancellations and more than 14,000 delays, according to FlightAware.
Once again, outside with live cam, doesn't look like it now, but we've got a chance of rain later on this evening and hopefully for the next couple of days. Change the temperatures, keep them a little lower, and maybe, I don't know, help with all this dry grass and dirt.
Mm-hmm. I think the last time we had rain chances at 40%, it was like something back in June. So this has been a while. It's been a long time coming. But with that being said, still get beautiful shots like this. This was, I'm guessing, this morning out of San Antonio. One thing you will see there, though, is that dry grass in the forefront. And we know how dry everything is. And if we get some gusty winds again, we're going to have to be concerned about fire danger. We've already seen that, so some rain would go a long way helping us. Let's look at our rainfall deficit. Since June 1st, we've only picked up about 0.7 of an inch. That is over 5 inches below average. And here's kind of the astounding number. For the year, we're at 5.17. That's nearly 14 inches below average. It is a huge deficit to dig out of, and this next event certainly won't get us out of this drought that we're in. But again, it'll help a little, and any little bit helps at this point. 100 degrees, the forecast night today. It's still going to be a hot day. Heat indices will be up around 105 in some cases. It'll be sticky, especially as you go east to San Antonio, so the heat index will be a concern. Our KSAT 12-hour forecast, we go 97 at 2 o'clock, still mostly sunny. Even around dinner time, probably mostly sunny, but we start to add in some clouds this evening, and there is an outside chance for some showers and storms. Actually, as we get into the evening hours and after sunset, as some storms work down from our north. 90 degrees at 9 o'clock, 87, 10 o'clock, 84 at 11 p.m. with that 30% chance of rain. And probably after midnight, those rain chances start to die down some, and then they pick back up again tomorrow. We'll talk about tomorrow and Friday and how those rain chances look. That's coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thanks, Justin. A gorilla is impressing people with his slick moves. Check it out. He's got a lot of new fans after a video of him went viral. Why zoo workers say they're not surprised.
And some unlikely customers are ordering up that bourbon streak steak and Oreo shake at Applebee's, but not everyone. We'll explain coming up after the break. It seems like even those with more money are getting fancy like Applebee's on a date night. The company that owns both Applebee's and IHOP says it's seen a bump in sales from households earning over $75,000 a year.
At the same time, sales have dipped among households earning under $50,000 a year. Dine Brand CEO suggested that guests who often dine at more expensive restaurants are turning to Applebee's and IHOP because of their value options. Both restaurant chains have raised their menu prices this year.
Still, the company says the brands have positioned themselves as value-oriented with affordable prices.
You may have done the electric slide, but what about the gorilla slide?
It's a move one primate performed at a South Carolina zoo, and it has got the internet buzzing. CNN's Jeannie Most has the details.
It's the slide that has folks going ape.
Sliding right towards me.
Tina Flick barely had time for these thoughts to flicker through her head.
They are going to slam into the glass. They're going to break the glass. I froze.
But then Sinzu the gorilla turned his back and did what one commenter described as talk to the butt.
Oh. What do you think he was doing by pointing his butt at you?
Uh-oh. This is going to be really ugly. I thought I was going to get sprayed.
But this 26-year-old 395-pounder merely allowed his posterior to be admired, then casually walked away.
And then turned around at the end and gave me this look. Do not mess with me.
Hi. Oh my God. Okay.
When we asked keepers at Riverbank Zoo in Columbia, South Carolina about the gorilla slide and rear end display, they said Sinzu does do this often to remind the other gorillas and our zoo guests that he is the boss. It's his way of showing off for the ladies. Online posters asked Tina to add a Sir Mix-a-Lot track.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
To her video.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby got back.
Did that hairy booty remind you of anyone?
My husband.
Hubby's gonna want to tell his wife, kiss my jelly.
He's gonna kill me for saying that.
After 20 years of marriage, will he still have her back after what she said about his backside?
Baby got back.
Jeannie Most, CNN, New York.
Oh.
How do you know how to transition from that?
Just take it away, Justin.
Okay. Yes, let's not talk about monkey butts.
Blue skies. Blue skies. That's always the 78 was the low this morning. Record is 105 set back in 1962. We don't get there today. It's hot, but we've got rain chances to talk about. That's the good news. It's coming up.
This just into our newsroom. Governor Greg Abbott has announced the Department of Public Safety will be providing more than 30 law enforcement officers to campuses throughout the Uvalde Consolidated School District for the new school year.
Now, as part of updated security measures for the district, the DPS security presence was requested by UCISD Superintendent Dr. Hal Harrell.
The governor's office says this will help ensure students, parents, and school faculty to feel secure as they return to school. We're going to have much more on this announcement tonight at 5 and 6.
All right, another warm day expected, but we are also looking for a little bit of relief later on tonight and tomorrow, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes, relief in the form of rain, so we get some drought relief, but also some temperature relief, which at this point we deserve. At least I think so, because this has been a brutal summer. Let's look at the time lapse here. We had some clouds this morning. Now we're looking at mostly sunny skies, 90 degrees at the airport, calm winds. There's a little bit of a heat index with humidity at 45%, but all in all, nice looking day. Again, it's just gonna be a little toasty. We are watching cloud cover starting to build across parts of the hill country. No rain yet, but you'll notice there are a few showers right on the very top of your screen. That's some energy that may eventually be working south a little bit later this evening. Other than that, it's mostly sunny for a large portion of South Texas right now, and temperatures sitting at 91 in Helotes, 90 Bernie Stage, 93 Comfort, 94 in Devine, 95, one of the hot spots there in Pleasanton and Dew Points. They have come down some this morning into the mid-60s, but enough to get us a heat index of 92. At this hour at the airport, 95 is what it feels like in Castroville. Your current heat index out in Uvalde is 94. Heat index forecast today, we could go as high as 105. Air temperatures will be around 100. You factor in some of that humidity. That's probably high end, but I'd say between 103, 105 possible. So we still got to be really careful with this heat before some of that relief arrives. And I should point out, if we do hit 100 today, then that would be the 57th day at 100 degrees or above this year, tying us with 2011 at this point, it feels like we should just go ahead and get this record and get it over with, right? Because the next couple of days, we are not going to be near 100. And here's why. We have our ridge of high pressure. It has scooted off to the north and west and scooted out of the way. We don't want to be underneath this heat high. So this allows disturbances to rotate around the edges of it. We've got one here across parts of Arkansas that moves in, and this should arrive tomorrow, enhancing our rain chances. There's some good moisture with this too. So this orange color you see here represents moisture in the atmosphere, not necessarily at the surface, but all the way through. So with this deeper moisture moving in and then sticking around for a couple days, that allows the atmosphere to be unstable. We can get some of these showers and storms building up, and hopefully we get some rain where you live, and everyone at least gets a little bit. That's the hope. 5 o'clock today, a couple of isolated showers, but I think we have to watch what goes on to our north. We start to bring our rain chances up a little bit around 9, 10 o'clock. As some of those outflow boundaries work south and kick off some showers and storms. There's about a 30% chance of rain, I'd say after sunset tonight. That winds down, and then tomorrow we'll see a regeneration of showers and storms. By the afternoon, about a 40% chance of some scattered downpours, and that continues into the afternoon and evening hours. It'll be hit or miss. Again, not everyone is going to get rain out of this, but these are some of the best chances we've seen in a while. And here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. We do this all again Friday, by the way, 40% chance of rain, and again on Saturday. So there's a stretch here where we could see some rain. So if you miss out one day, perhaps you'll get a chance the next. Temperatures do get dragged down by the cloud cover and that chance of rain. 96 Thursday, 96 Friday, 95 on Saturday. Small chance of rain Sunday. Then our ridge builds back in and brings the heat back again. 99 Monday, 100 on Tuesday. We'll be right back.
History was made last night for the Sotomayor volleyball team. The Wildcats earned the program's first varsity win with the dramatic 3-2 victory against San Antonio Christian in the Lions' Den. Sotomayor jumped out to a 2-set lead before the Lions stormed back, and it wasn't until late in the 5th set that the Wildcats were finally able to close out the match with a 7-1 run. This also marks the first victory for head coach Sarah Morris, and she's thrilled her team got over the hump.
I'm just really happy for them that they were able to pull it out. I think we needed this to be able to move forward on a positive note. I mean, I've seen it in practice. I've seen it over, the summer. For them to be able to prove it in something that actually counts, I mean, they were only going to be able to do it for themselves. So I'm just ecstatic that they were able to work through that adversity and pull it out.
That was amazing. I just feel like we all really came out, as a team. Yes, we had our ups and downs, but I feel like we really, played as a team and just came together and rallied. When we got low, we picked each other up. We really, we wanted this game for our coach. We wanted this game for each other. We wanted this so bad, and I just feel like we came out here and fought. The way we finished is just, awesome.
I love that excitement. Sotomayor will next face Kerrville-Tybee in the NEISD tournament on Friday morning. Also last night, Clark played host to Antonian. Apaches down 2-0, but looking to rally in the third. Kalina Calvillo spikes at home to cut the deficit down to 3, but the Cougars rally. First, Ariana Robertson gets up for the big block, 22-17 Clark. Then Natalia Silva drills a shot right down the middle, and Clark cruises to a sweep, 3-0.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
And Hollywood star Jamie Foxx stopped by Cowboys camp in Oxnard, California yesterday. He's a huge Cowboys fan and tells us in camp why he has high hopes for the boys this season.
We're really excited. We was there when we didn't get it done when we played against the Niners. But at the same time, it's like having a new coach, COVID and all these other things is sort of like maybe derailed us in some areas. This year, man, I saw Dak at a restaurant. Slim, look good, his jawline, everything looked good. So we just, we got high hopes this year.
Time for some silver boot baseball. The Rangers at the Astros, top of the 3rd inning. Rangers on top 1-0. When Corey Seager extends the lead with a 2-run shot to right field off of Jose Urquidy, and it's 3-0 Rangers. Seager's 25th home run this season. But the Astros come back, bottom of the 5th. Jose Altuve sends a shot to left field and off the wall, just missing a homer. Jake Myers races from first to home, beating the throw, tying the game in 5. And the Astros take it 7-5, winning Game 1 of the 3-game series. Los Angeles Angels star hitter and pitcher Shohei Ohtani reached another milestone last night. He joined Babe Ruth as the only players in Major League history to have at least 10 home runs and 10 wins in the same season. Ruth last accomplished that in 1918. O'Donnell hit his 25th homer last night, and he picked up the win, improving to 10-7. And how about this? The San Antonio Missions played at the Frisco Rough Riders last night, and San Diego Padres slugger Fernando Tatis Jr. went 2 for 2, hitting a triple and a double to go with 2 runs scored in Game 3 of his rehab assignment with the Missions, and the Missions win it 6-5.
Nice to see him.
Yeah.
Getting into his stride.
Rounding into shape there for him.
Yeah, that'll work. Thanks,
We're
Larry.
going to head over to SA Live. We got Mike and Jen.
Come here.
And a third co-host as well over
I
here.
know. Hi.
Coda Mundi.
How are you?
Yes, Happy Tales is with us. Mike has a hill.
How are ya? Who is this guy?
This is Indy.
Hi, Indy. How are you? And he is a
Coda Mundi.
Coda Monday. Okay, and related to
Raccoon.
Okay, we're gonna meet him and a lot of great little friends over there. So you're gonna get back on my head?
Yeah,
okay. Hi.
Mike
okay.
made a new friend for sure. Yes.
And he's got big teeth too.
All right, and we're also talking brunch with Full Belly Cafe. James Moore joins me now, and we're making a patty melt. But you have a great tip, right, for your?
I do.
there.
So normally patty melts are made on rye bread. We make a sourdough. So in order to mimic the rye, we put on some toasted ground caraway as we're seasoning the patty.
That's a
and
great
then we
idea.
get that flavor in there.
Yeah, because you got to have that flavor. So great idea to even have
classic.
that in your cupboard. So, all right, something else that we are going to be dining on today. It is National S'mores Day, and look at that s'mores cheesecake.
But wait till you see what we're making. It's also a s'mores theme, but it's more for breakfast, I guess you could say. We're not going to give it away.
Another brunch item. A lot of kids going back to school this week, and today is for Harlandale ISD. Those are the Cowboys. I went to Cowboy Country there at McCollum High School. Let me tell you, those guys were the greatest singers for their fight song.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, they are pumped and ready to go, and yeah, we'll tell you who their big game is too, who they're really shooting for.
And we want to see photos, so send those back to school photos. That and much more coming up on SA Live.
All right, well, now let's look at the forecast. We're at 92 right now. We'll be up around 100 this afternoon. So a hot one, 30% chance of some storms, mainly this evening. If you have plans this evening, keep an eye on the radar. Mostly will be as we get into tonight. And then a 40% chance tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Exciting stuff. Temperatures fall back down into the mid-90s for highs, which is great. Heat does return by early next week, though, guys.
This is a forecast we're celebrating.
Oh, very nice. I've decided that if Mike ever wanted to add another job,
Absolutely.
he's pretty good. He'd do good at that. As a live starts right
now.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Speaking of zoos, look at that. I mean, look at that face. Oh my gosh, that thing is adorable. What a way to have start a Wednesday or midday Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Mike Osterhage.
I'm Jen Tobias Strusky. All right, we have 2 districts that started today. NEISD or 3?
3.
Okay, help me out, Mike.
Harlandale, NEISD, and Bernie started
Bernie
today.
started today. I should know that, right? I
Yeah,
live
we're
over
gonna-
there.
We're
All
going
right.
to chat with the Cowboys down there in McCollum in a second, but
Yes, our question today, what was your favorite subject in high school? Or what is, if you're still in school? Go first, I'm thinking.
favorite, I'm going to have to say, like, public speaking, theater, go figure, because of the teacher.
Yes.
He taught many classes. He was the director of the play that I did senior year. So that's what makes it great. And then a business law class because the teacher was so great. So
See, there you go. Teachers make all
hope
the
the
difference.
other teachers aren't watching. Well, that was a long time ago. What about you?
Well, English was always a favorite, but there's so many, right? I took a criminal justice class that was interesting too. The teacher, yeah, I know. Yes, I learned a lot there. So let us know your favorites. Maybe it was a class, right? And share photos. We still want to see photos, right?
Yep.
All month.
All month long. All right. You know something what's really great on weekends is brunch. And we got 2 words to get you started. Hakuna Mimosa. That means brunch. And this local restaurant calls themselves the premier brunch destination in town. And when you check out some of these pictures, you will know why. Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, really. All right,
Nice,
executive chef and owner of Full Belly Cafe and Bar, James Moore, is here. And,
Good morning.
And it's not just Full Belly, it's Happy Belly, right?
Oh yeah, you'll be happy. You'll be happy on the way out for sure.
Do I need more butter underneath here to toast the other
I
side?
think that's looking pretty good. I mean, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you threw a little more butter under there.
Can't go wrong with more butter.
Sure.
What are we making here? What we got?
So today we've got a little patty melt action going on. We make our sourdough that Mike is toasting up right here in-house, and he's got a little clarified butter going on that we're toasting. We've got an 8-ounce patty that we've seasoned with salt, pepper, and toasted caraway, ground caraway, which the caraway seeds in rye bread are what give it the distinct rye flavor.
And so therefore, because a lot of times I'll bake a patty melt at home and it's like, oh, I don't know, rye bread, you know, it's good, but it's just not great. So you can keep that just ground up like that in your pantry with all the other spices, right?
You can mimic the flavor there.
Okay.
Yeah. So feel free to throw some onions on there too, Mike. We'll get the caramelized onions going here.
Look how beautiful those caramelized onions are.
Delicious.
You also
One of my
brought
favorite ingredients.
some other items over there from
Yes,
the
I
Those
did.
look amazing.
So we definitely have a baking component in the concept here. And what I've got here is, I'll start from the front.
Okay.
So the Giant is a brown butter cinnamon roll. This thing is gonna blow you away. I will put it to the test of anybody. It's the best I've ever had.
I will gladly take a bite.
There's a chocolate covered belly puff over there, which is like a sugared puff pastry dough, a carrot cake, a biscuit in the back that we do a biscuits and gravy with, and then what we have in the back corner by Mike is called a dino egg, which is our dough that's filled with cheese and a soft boiled egg that we wrap and cover with more cheese and bake it off. So it's kind of like a little breakfasty action going on.
You know something, Jen? There you go.
Now this isn't warm, so I don't want to misrepresent at all, because we serve it warm and ooey gooey. But it's intense. It'll rock your world for sure.
All right. And
there's a lot of butter going on in there, as well as the brown butter icing that's happening too.
See how that tastes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
how am I doing on this?
It's looking great over there. I would like to say that pretty much when those onions, by the time those onions are done here, you could throw them right on top of the patty melt.
Okay.
And that's going to help melt the cheese on the top as well. And then it's almost like we can build it right on the griddle here, right? So you could even hold on just a sec, real quick. I don't want to forget a little Russian dressing on it.
I saw that.
We like to throw a little homemade Russian dressing on it. Just more. I like it saucy, as well as buttery.
Would you say this is one of the customer favorites, or
this is probably the most popular sandwich that we have. Yep.
Both sides?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not?
Let's bring it. Bring the goods here.
And to wash it down?
And so we have a very popular craft cocktail program in here. And one of the most popular drinks we do is called the Bee's Knees, which is gin, lemon, and honey. And that's what I've got here today to wash down a patty melt. So
and that's one of those classic cocktails too, isn't it?
It is, and it's easily one of the most popular too, because they're so clean and refreshing. So especially when it's 100 and whatever degrees outside every day of the week.
Angle or square? How do you cut them?
So I like to go right in half.
Okay.
But this is your sandwich right now, so.
It's a hot
and we still have our lemon icebox.
Sure, we can do lemon icebox pie real quick. So this is a homemade lemon icebox pie, super fluffy with a homemade graham cracker crust. Today we've got a little strawberry coulis here. Amazing work. And then we'll garnish with fresh lemon zest and a little whipped chantilly cream as well.
What do I want to taste? I'm going to try out.
You're trying to make it look pretty the way you do.
Baby is hot though. So, and where are you located? And also, you got a new place coming up too.
Right now, our first location is up in Stone Oak, right in Trader Joe's shopping center in between Stone Oak Parkway and Blanco. And yes, we're very excited that later at the end of the year, we'll be doing a second location in Almus Park as well.
That's exciting, right?
Very exciting. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So this is exactly how I like it. Like if it's not dripping down your hand while you're eating it and onto the plate, then we need to try harder. But very fun, popular sandwich.
Thank you
Patty
so
melt.
much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Reservations encouraged, right? But not needed, correct?
Not required, but definitely on the weekends. It seems like it fills up quickly, and so there's a link on the website to connect to Open Table if you want to make a resi. It always helps.
I'm a happy camper right now.
Again, Full Belly located at 427 North Loop 1604 West. And for more information, head over to salive.com. You can click the As Seen on SA Live tab or scan that QR code on your screen. You got a little right here.
Oh, do I still have? Okay. Hey,
Thank
like
you.
you said, if it's not all over your face and all over your hands, it's not a good sandwich. That's a great sandwich. Because I
All
was
right.
wearing it.
It looks amazing. All right, it's the first day of school for a lot of kiddos in San Antonio.
Yep, Hallandale ISD is one of those that's back in class today, and we had a chance to swing by the other day, chatted with football players, McCollum High School, boy, right in the middle of cowboy country, and let's see what they're excited about this year. We are here in cowboy country, right, guys?
Rattlesnake Roundup.
Wow, that's really loud. We are here at McCollum High School, and Coach Carl Clan. Hey, how's the team going to be this year, sir?
It's going to be great. They're working hard, looking forward to it, excited about a new season. It's a new season, new opportunity, and a lot of excitement.
All right, what was the record last year?
Last year we were 3-7.
Okay.
So,
what are you predicting for this year?
we want to get the playoffs. That's our goal all the time. Winning record, get playoffs, just championship. It's always the same.
That's always the same? Okay. What are you looking forward to the most other than the football season this year for the upcoming school year?
We're just looking playing football. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the first game and just get going on that.
Yeah.
That's the most exciting part. So.
How about the rest of the year, though?
Well, the rest of the year we constantly work for it. We're constantly looking toward it, but we enjoy everything. We got a lot of guys that are multi-sport guys. They play a lot of things, so we're gonna have a great football season and have a great basketball and have great baseball, soccer. We go into all of it. So
22-23 is just going to be a great year, right?
That's what we're looking forward to.
Okay, all right. Got to talk. Okay, you want to take your helmet off so all the girls can see you, right? So, I got it. What are you looking forward to the most this year?
Winning and trying to make the playoffs.
Okay. After that, how about the school year? Because you're a senior this year, right? Last year.
Yes, sir.
Kind of sad, little bittersweet.
A little bit, but one last ride.
Yeah. Okay. Another senior? No. Who's another senior here? All right.
Okay, Jake.
What position you play?
I'm D tackle.
He's one of the tough ones. Yeah. So what are you looking forward to this year?
I mean, balling out with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is the biggest game? I know it's the next one you play, but biggest game of the year?
All of them.
Taking on Alamo Heights?
Yes, sir.
Because they were pretty tough last year?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got your crosstown rivals, too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? So what do you score first game? When is that going to be?
When we score?
No. I mean, when's your first game?
Oh, first game, South San.
Okay. You going to win?
Yes, sir.
What's the score going to be?
Can't describe that, but I just know we're going to win.
You're going to win?
We're going to go out there and play our hearts. We did that last year.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, other than football, what are you looking forward to most in the upcoming school year?
Track.
Track?
Track season is always fun.
Okay.
Especially throwing with the boys.
Yeah.
One last ride with them.
Do y'all have a favorite teacher?
Coach Cole.
He's blushing.
Do y'all have a favorite teacher who won't give you burpees if you don't say his name? All right, Coach says you guys are pretty good at singing the fight song. And don't forget, this is going to be on TV. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
Hey, Lucas over, give us a cheer. We're from McCollum and we're glad we're here. We're always ready, we're all on top. We never want to green and go, we never want to stop. So on to our victory, on to our goal. Down to the edge of the story will be told. I'm a favorite, and McCollum is to you.
Cowboy Country, McCollum High School. Thank you, gentlemen. What a great bunch. That was so much fun being out there with those guys.
They knew that song.
They were fantastic, but boy, they were out there, and I think they enjoyed the little bit of break, because even at 10 o'clock in the morning, it was really darn hot out there. But
they worked hard.
Just a fun bunch of guys.
Good luck to them.
Have a
Football
great season this year.
Yes, and for more information on Harlandale ISD, head over to SALive.com. Click the As Seen on SA Live tab or scan the QR code on your screen.
All right, it is National S'mores Day, and we are making an ooey gooey twist on French toast. And if you like that, there's s'more where that came from.
But first, we're living on the hedge. Get it? You can take your party or even the classroom to the next level with some cute critters. We'll tell you how. That's next on SA Live.